Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that little boss recreation. This is Castle Crashers, the first major boss of the game. I would record Castle Crashers as a series for the YouTube channel, but I've already beaten it, so I decided to recreate a boss from it. Now I am actually working on a separate boss. It's from Sea of Thieves. It's actually, there's a hint, a sneak peek of it in my post, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm just going to show you how this Barbarian boss runs. So basically, it's pretty much automated, but since that, if there was another person that actually automated this, there's a door animation here that you can flick and then it lowers down and then he would walk out to you, obviously. I apologize, the arena isn't as like fantastic. I just did like a little sketch of it, but as you can see, there's just a whole bunch of armor stands I made here to replicate, like, you know, in the game there's like a whole bunch of people and then sometimes they actually come out and fight you, and that's what that was. There was actually a command block over here that would summon one every time it would loop around. And if you're wondering what this redstone contraption is, it's actually its attack pattern for the boss. This is how it's all animated. The, you know, saw the jump attack, it's little wall spike attack. This is how it's all done here. And basically I just made a husk and used Gamer Geeks. It's a fantastic website for customizing mobs. Or I just used some other random website, but I used Gamer Geeks this time. Now this lever, once you flick it, it will activate his attack patterns. Now, I used Gamer Geeks to code him. I used the scale command to make him a little bigger than usual. Now, for his first like wall attack, where he pulls up a wall and throws spikes at you, you'd probably notice these over here. So this is a replica of the wall, and then these are the spikes on the wall. And basically what I did, because it would be extremely hard, I don't even know how to actually just make him stop moving and then put the wall in front of him and then just like continue. Like, that wouldn't be really possible unless you're an absolute goated coder. So what I did is I TP'd him to a specific location every time, and then I give him slowness so he can't move, and then I made it so this wall, this replica, clones in front of him, and then all these command blocks, this are the spikes. And basically what it would do is that would clone one in front of like the spikes every time. So like that command block, it would paste that in front of this, and then the next one would paste that in front of this, and so on. And to make it actually do damage, this other command block is like a fireball that immediately explodes, and it has an explosion power of 4. So you don't really see it, but it will blow up. So if you're near it, it will hurt you. That's pretty much what that was, but I should probably lower the explosion radius since, you know, it's not really direct. It's more of a direct than a radius attack. And then this, as you can see, you can look into these commands. Yeah, see the clone command. That's how I do a lot of these moving builds. And then there's the fireball command. You give it a certain motion. That's how it moves, the explosion power. And you notice it's actually a coal block. Don't worry about that. You're gonna see that for another boss. And this just effect clears the husk, you know, the Barbarian boss, so it starts moving again, and this just fills the area of where the wall was into air, so it just completely removes that as if he's putting it away or something. Now in the game, he also has a little jump attack he likes to do often, where he kind of just jumps in the air and slams his like wall. Now obviously moving Minecraft builds like this is nowhere near as smooth as moving like a actual zombie, so I just made it kind of like a jump attack, because if I did add the wall, it would kind of look a little weird and be very hard to actually time. So I just did it where he does a little jump attack and he just slams on the ground, and then some fireballs immediately explode with an explosion radius of 4, so you actually have to back up. Otherwise, if you don't, you will get damaged. For that, I TP the husk over to there, obviously give him slowness again, and then this is how I made the mob move, and I like actually gave it like a certain movement code. So it's execute as whatever mob you want, at S, run, TP, and then these coordinates, this is basically how fast you want it to move up. This is how fast you want it to move in a certain way, like left or right, or actually forward or back, and then this is left or right, I think. I'm not too sure with these coordinates, but this is like X, Y, and Z. And repeating command blocks makes him do that repeatedly, so he continues to levitate up in the air, and then it eventually stops when he's like right here, because, you know, the redstone runs out and it goes to the next contraption. So, you know, he stops and doesn't just go flying out the arena. And then I timed it so when he, you know, lands on the ground, the fireballs appear. Again, same code, but just in different coordinates. And then he also has the other attack where he kind of like takes his bottle and then just drinks it, and then he just breathes fire across the arena. It's a kind of a weird attack, but that's Castle Crashers for you. So basically what I did for that is I just made him TP here, and before the fight even started, as I spawned in the husk, I made it so it also makes him join a team yellow. So basically when I give him the glowing effect, because that's how I made him glow yellow, since he was on team yellow, it made him turn yellow, so it kind of looked like he was breathing like a fire attack, if that makes sense. And basically this is just the sound for when the fire like summoned, you know. Now how I actually placed the fire, again, to make him run backwards, I did this, you know, the average run command to make him actually move in a specific direction. And I gave him slowness too, so he wouldn't just run off. And I used the fill command to see if I filled a certain coordinate to that coordinate with fire. You can do it with fire, and you know, since it's dirt paths here, it only got on the dirt blocks, the coarse dirt, and that's how it made it look like he was running across the arena and kind of breathing fire at the same time. And then after he was done, all his, you know, his effects got cleared, you know, the glowing got cleared, and you know, I filled all where the fire was with just air, so it looked back to its normal arena. And then this basically just summons in a barbarian to come attack you from the crowd, because sometimes they do that. They basically just summon right here and just attack you from the crowd. It's like a weak barbarian. Now, depending on how many people are actually fighting this boss, the difficulty would rank up. So this is, I forgot to change it, but this was at 1,200 HP. It would normally be at 1,000 if one person was fighting, but if there were like 2 people, it'd be at 1,200 HP. I just forgot to change it. And then if there were 2 people, 2 or 3 barbarians would show up. And that redstone contraption loops all the way around, and then it just repeats itself. And once you kill the boss, I just come and I just turn it off. Now, I know this is like far from perfect, you know, not like it's not a bad replica, but I obviously know it's not like an identical remake. But I hope you found it interesting. I think some attacks are pretty cool, but especially that like wall attack, I think I did that one pretty well. There's just a lot of attacks this guy has, because Castle Crashers just does some really goofy attacks with their bosses sometimes that it can be kind of hard to replicate in Minecraft. But that's that boss. So hopefully you enjoyed the boss bar. If you're wondering that's just a plugin I got on Aternos. Now, for anyone who didn't see the community post on my YouTube channel, little sneak peek to the next boss. It is a Sea of Thieves one. It is the Ghost Armada, which, yeah, this is the tornado. Don't worry about that. But this is just a little sneak peek to the next one. You know, this is basically the arena. I'm not going to show you the Ghost Armada yet. You can actually see a picture of it in the community post if you go to my community tab. But that's just a little sneak peek to that one, which should be my next one because I've actually almost finished. But yeah, hopefully this was interesting to watch, and just if you were a Castle Crashers fan, I hope this was just like, oh shoot, that's pretty neat. You know, not perfect, but still a pretty cool replica. So I'm hoping you enjoyed that. Again, if there are any bosses, no matter how big or too small, you can leave them below. I can make anyone you want. Depending on how big they are, they may take a while. Like if you suggest freaking like the final Elden Ring boss or something, obviously it's gonna take me like a few weeks, but I could do it. Anything you want. If you want me to build even more Castle Crashers boss, I try to improve the bosses each time as time goes on, and I try to put as much time as I can into this. But again, literally anyone. I'm recreating Bowser. I can recreate Hollow Knight bosses. I can recreate Terraria bosses. Anything you guys want, suggest it below, and I'll do my best to recreate. But that's gonna end it here. If you want to see another video, you can click right there, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.